Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the woods. Man, what crazy weather we're having. Yesterday was 70 degrees. It was kind of stormy. We had some storms roll through here last night. Knocked down a bunch of limbs and stuff out of some of these trees. And this morning it's 34 degrees. So, typical eastern North Carolina weather. Go from 70 degrees down to the 30s. I'm just walking around checking everybody out, make sure we have what we need for them. Our chickens, and we'll go visit the pigs here in a little bit. These guys are looking happy. Got water and everything. Good. So, yep. Go out and check the pigs out. And the dogs are out playing. The puppies. They probably got into something that, Let's see what we got here. Yep. Probably got into something they shouldn't have. Where'd you get that? Oh my gosh. They've got a dead bird. Unbelievable. So, I don't know where they got it from. Oh, I bet you I know where they got it from. Sometimes the birds like to get into our back porch. And I'll bet you they caught that thing out of the back porch. Anyway, that's what puppies do. They are mischievous, boy. Let's see here. Let's see what Pork Chop and Crispy Bacon are doing this morning. See if they ate. They haven't been. They still got food in their dishes. I think they've been eating some of this hay in here, maybe. They ain't been eating their feed too good. There you are. Hey, Chris. What's up, Pork Chop? Yeah? You gonna eat some of that? Got water in it now. They're getting bigger. They sure are. I put a whole bale of hay in their enclosure there. They come around here. I just put the bale in there and they'll spread it out and do what they want with it. I think they've been eating some of it because they haven't been eating a whole lot of their food. Which is fine. Pigs need some of that, fresh stuff. There's not a lot out here as far as the way of greens, so we try to give them, we'll give them some of this hay, and we'll give them some hay and stuff like that to eat. So, yeah, we're raising these guys in the woods. You can see there's just just a small little enclosure for them so we can keep them contained and whatnot. Yeah, they're eating stuff out of there. I think it's just they've been eating a lot of this hay. It's fresh hay. I noticed that they use it, of course, to bedding and stuff like that. But I think they've been eating some. I can see Pork Chop over there just nibbling. They're eating something in there. So yeah, so that's good. They supplementing their feed. I don't got to buy as much now. So all right, well, that's good. I'm trying to kind of figure it out now because we're kind of concerned maybe the pigs are getting sick, and I don't want to see that. But they got their feed right there, and there's still some in it. They didn't eat a whole lot of it yesterday, so I think what's going on is they're eating that hay. And I can see Pork Chop over there. He's eating some in there, eating that hay. So good. Now I know. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Pigs are getting bigger, though. I'll tell you that. They look a whole lot bigger from when we got them about a month back or so. And one thing I am concerned about is our water nipple here. Because it's supposed to get cold tonight. So I don't want that water nipple to freeze up. So I might have to go back to disconnecting this hose and putting a water source on the ground that they can drink out of. But we'll see what happens. It's supposed to get back down in the teens again. So we've gone from 70-degree weather, and now we're going to go back in the dang teens again. But hey, Blue, you keep everybody safe last night? Yeah, you're a pretty boy. Yep. And we got Piper. Hey, Piper. Oh, get down. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just puppies. These guys are about 8 months old now. And I say puppies. They got a lot of puppy in them yet, but, you know, they're about getting full grown. I bet your Rudder over there, the one that's chewing on a dead bird, he's probably about, he's definitely over 100 pounds now. Piper, yeah, she's probably over 100 pounds now too. We know Blue's about 120, 130 pounds, so, yep. Anyway, yesterday I posted Stephanie changing her oil. And, you know, our farm name is Buddha Woods Acres. But our YouTube channel is Buddha Woods Life. So, yeah, we do a lot of highlighting the farm and the animals and stuff like that. But, and there we are right there. That's our Buddha Woods Acres. And we do a lot of highlighting the farm and stuff like that. But this is Buddha Woods Life. So we're going to be doing a lot of videos. Not of just the farm, but the stuff that you saw yesterday with Stephanie changing her oil and Owen doing some work on this truck. So anyway, this was my grandfather's truck. And it would be Owen's great-grandfather's truck. And so this has been driven by Holly's daughter, Courtney. She ended up getting into a fender bender in it, rear end collision. And anyway, I was able to straighten the front headlight out a little bit yesterday. We're going to take this truck and we're going to go bumper to bumper with it. So everything that needs to be replaced is going to be replaced on it. It's going to be like a little restoration video of this S10. I don't know how far we're going to take it as far as like, we're not going to do frame off or nothing like that. It's just going to be, we see something wrong, we're going to replace it. And so, you know, you don't want your kids driving something that, you know, isn't reliable. And these S10s, I'm going to tell you what, these Chevy S10s are fantastic trucks. But this one come from Buffalo, New York. And we're going to have to go through this truck, you know, with a fine-tooth comb for Owen. Because, you know, you can see northern truck. Yeah, guess what? We get salt on the roads. We get a little corrosion, you know. So we're going to go through this thing. We're going to make it look better and definitely run better, so there won't be any problem with Owen driving it when he gets old enough. And he's about 2 years away from that. And I was going to give this to Stephanie. However, time really sneaks up on you, and it happens quick. And your kids get old really fast. So we ended up buying her a nice, you saw the Mustang she has, a decent, you know, and it's in really good condition, reliable. With this truck, there is some issues that I definitely know about, and I've driven this truck myself. This was my personal truck a while back ago, maybe about 5-6 years ago, and this there's things that need to be addressed on it. It needs brakes. It needs because we've got some rust under there. It needs upper and lower control arms. It needs I want to go and take the brake lines off of it because they're rusty and stuff like that. And so we're going to go through this truck with a fine-tooth comb. So by the time he's ready to drive it, it'll be ready for him. He will have a reliable vehicle, and there's nothing wrong with this engine in this thing. It is absolutely 100% fantastic, but there's other things that really need to be addressed on it to be safe for him to drive. For a young person, it's only got a little 2.2 liter in it. We'll probably end up maybe putting a couple performance mods on it just to beef it up, just to bump it up a little bit. I've already got a parts list going on Amazon for it, so we're going to start at the front and work our way to the back. So with that being said, we're going to have some videos of all the work that we're going to do to this thing. And, when you got young kids and, we're on a budget, like a lot of people in America. And, I can't keep affording to buy vehicles for my children. So what we'll do is the next best thing. We'll take our time. We'll make this a project truck. We'll make it a learning experience so that when he starts to drive, he has knowledge of how to fix things and how to do it. So the oil changing and how to change a spare tire, how to put a spare tire on, that kind of stuff is important. You don't want your kids on the side of the road because, they couldn't change their own tire, and then all of a sudden a stranger has to come to them and do that for them. I want my children to be pretty independent and learn how to do this kind of stuff on their own. That way, if anything does happen, they have that knowledge behind them that they can at least make an attempt to fix it instead of having a stranger stop on the side and say, hey, putting them in a dangerous situation. So I said before, my stepdaughter drove this, Courtney, and she had rear-ended somebody in it. And I think the next project we're going to do, I had got the front end straightened up a little bit. It was this side and you can see that fender is so close to our grill piece there. It shouldn't look like that. It should look like this side here. It should be a little bit farther away and not tucked in there. So what that does, we had some, I was able to get this straightened up and keep the stuff from flopping around in here. But what's happened is the radiator support is pushed in a little bit, and it's causing the clips to set back farther. So we're going to be changing the radiator support out and making that right. So by the time we're done with it, it'll be right. We got some other cool little modifications to it. We're going to put new headlights in it. They'll probably be like a smoked headlight, and the turn signal lights down here, the running lights and all that. So we're going to put like just real cheap stuff that you can do to make it look a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and do some tail lights, some smoked tail lights. There's a bumper that's not going to stick out. It's just going to be flush with the contours in the back here. But there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that we're going to do to this truck. We're going to video it all. We're going to put it all on YouTube. I'm a mechanic by trade. For Funny thing though, I don't always want to be a mechanic. I got out of mechanicking and I went to flight school after I got out of the Air Force. And I'm a commercially rated pilot. I've got all my ratings. I had all the ratings up to flight instructor. I used to teach people how to fly. But, you know, life happens. And as we went through, my timing is terrible on a lot of stuff. I went to school to learn how to fix airplanes as well. And, you know, the timing in my life has been not the greatest. So I got into a school called Riverside School of Aeronautics. It's closed down now. I got all the way up. I had 3 months left to graduate, and the school said, we're going to move to Pompano Beach, Florida. So anyway, I was up in New York. New York State Higher Education stepped in and said, no, you can't do that. You can't just leave them high and dry. So all my loans were forgiven for that, and all my credits got transferable. So if I need to, I can go back and get my airframe power plant license, the license that you need to work on airplanes. So, but anyway, when that failed, I went and joined the Air Force. Did my time in the Air Force and decided I didn't want to fix the airplanes no more. I want to fly them. So I went to flight school, went down to Comair Aviation Academy in Sanford, Florida. Got all my ratings and went all the way up to flight instructor. I started teaching to build time because you can't just jump out of flight school and get in the airlines. You need to build time. There's a certain amount of time that the FAA requires for you to fly, you know, your commercial jets and stuff like that. So, anyway, I started flight instructing to build my time. Started flying skydivers. Got a lot of different airplanes under my belt. Lots of time. Built all my time up. Got hired on by Continental Express, and guess what? Guess what happened? On September 9th of 2001, I was hired by them. September 11th, I hit the World Trade Centers, and that was the end of that. So, airspace got closed down. If you guys remember, if you guys were alive to remember, airspace got closed down for 2 weeks. Airlines took a big hit, suffered for a long time, and you know, I got married, life happened. The airlines aren't really a good conducive environment when you got young kids, because you don't really have a schedule. It's kind of, you know, you're flying here and there, not a whole lot of time for family. So ended up having a family, and you know, fell back to what I knew, which was mechanicking. So that's just a little history on me. But you know, on this channel, that, you know, like I said, we're going to do some mechanical stuff for the truck. You'll end up seeing, yep, I'm getting back into flying again. I'm gonna, I got my medical taken care of, so now I'm gonna go ahead and got to go for a biennial flight review, which I'm gonna go back to the place that I used to flight instruct at, and go visit some good friends. So I hope y'all, you know, watch the channel, you know, because we got some exciting things coming up that you'll get to see. You know, and I like to make it educational, so as we do this truck and stuff, and fix the truck, you know, you'll be able to see what we're doing, and I'll explain it step by step. And hey, maybe it'll inspire you all to do the same for your kids, and you know. But I'm hoping that this channel is going to be more than just this farm stuff. Yeah, we highlight our farm a lot because that's what we do. It's our life, you know, so it's Buddha Woods life. So, but there's a lot more to Buddha Woods life than just the farm. So that's what we want the channel to be, and I hope you stick with us and come along for our adventures, because there's plenty of them that are here to come. You know, we'll be scuba diving, we'll be skydiving maybe. I want to make another skydive. I just said something the other day. We had an old friend over, and had something the other day. I want to, I want to do some skydiving again. Not, and it's just going to be, a fun little channel that we can share what we do, and hopefully maybe inspire some people. And everybody says, "Oh, skydiving's dangerous. Skydiving's dangerous." Well, the most dangerous part about a skydive is the drive home, because driving your vehicle is more dangerous than jumping out of an airplane, to be honest with you. So, anyway, I thought I'd tell you what we'd like to see out of our channel. And God bless you. I hope you all stick with us. And, maybe you get to see some of the fun stuff that we do. We got skydiving, scuba diving, flying, all sorts of good stuff. Snow skiing. Of course, not this year. I don't think we'll have a time to do a trip this year, but we did last year. And so, stick with us. And we'll be posting some pretty cool content here in the future. Right now, I haven't been editing any of my videos, so what you see is raw material. Hopefully, we're trying to get some edits in, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not a computer guy, so my son is gonna help us out a little bit, because he's pretty good at this stuff. So, but God bless you all. We love you. We hope to see you on our channel, and we'll see you next time in the woods.